comedy. Who's outraged? Who's doubling down? The GGHOP is here to turn it all around with an ancient idea called having fun. It sounds a little scary, stick around, don't run. In the next 60 minutes, begging you to try. Open up your echo chamber and ditch your tribe. There's just one mission by which we're led, to put a big fat smile upon your head. The song is almost done, time to start the show, but there might be something left that you'd like to know. What's GGHOP mean? It's your right to ask. The guaranteed, genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast. Oh, am I on? Hey, I'm on. Hey, how's it going? It's Friday, December. See how smooth that is, Jimmy? See, this is professional here. Friday, December 29th. It's a GGHOP, the guaranteed, genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast brought to you by Wilson Farm Market. We love Wilson Farm Market. They're great people. That's why we're here. Good people, good chicken. Also, Frankfurt Beer Works.
Frankfurt Beer Works.
There it is. There it is. We're in Frankfurt Beer Works, broadcasting live from the tap room of Frankfurt Beer Works in the beautiful Christian Ridge Historic District in Frankfurt, Indiana. I am your host, Bill Gant, along with James Swinford.
Good morning.
Karen Haynes.
Hello.
And our special guest today, let's see. He's a photographer. He's an artist. He's a teacher. He's a lover and a friend. He's Jimmy Ramos.
Hello, good morning.
Glad to have you here. How you doing?
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. All right. All right. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Feeling good?
Friday? It was like snowing and raining on the way here, so it was typical Indiana.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Back to reality. You know, well, it was warm for a bit. You
Oh,
know, snow or anything on Christmas.
Indiana always has that way of like teasing you now, and then they'll give you like a couple days in January and a couple days, and then it's like Arctic.
Then wait till March.
Yeah.
Yeah, April it'll get better.
Right.
No problem.
Might
No
snow.
worries. So we'll just stay warm in here. It's
Yeah.
toasty in here.
It is cozy.
Okay.
Give it a try.
Let's see. I got some things to talk about on here on this card, so I write them down.
Yeah.
So 100 followers we're looking for. We've got 28 so far.
That's not bad.
So follow us if you would. Remember, when we get 100 followers in one of these videos with 1,000 views, one of us wears the jalapeno cheddar loaf bikini from Wilson Farm Market.
If you're watching us on any other medium besides the Rumble app, go find us on the Rumble app and at least follow us. You don't have to even get back on it. Just at least follow us.
Just follow us. Just you don't have to watch. Just follow us. That's what's important. No. Let's see. Monday is the first day of the year, 2024. So we will not have a show Monday. We're going to take the day off. Although I think, we could do one. But I think people will be kind of, up
Not awake.
Yeah.
Kind of not awake.
Or we could just stay up all night and do
just
the
stay
show.
up all night.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Let's do that. Let's not do that. No. So next Wednesday and Friday, join us. I think it'll just be us three. I don't have any guess.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But the following Monday, January 8th, the Funk. Jake Peters will be here.
Sweet.
Tattoo artist, another artist as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you know Jake.
Cool guy. Yeah.
Fantastic guy. Great at the tat work, man.
Very
Ooh.
good.
A++. So
Plus.
So follow us. plus. Let's see. I guess that's all I got for the start. Also, after the first of the year, we already gave away our gift card to Wilson Farm Market for the last month. So when you join us on the 3rd, we'll have a new giveaway you can get involved with. Also, I've thought about it. I haven't even told anybody yet, but there'll be a new segment that I'll put on. Not that it has to be every day, but something that people see. I went to school a few years back and went back to school
Really?
to do psychiatry.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
And then I found out that I was really terrible at inorganic chemistry. And so I didn't make it. So then I went to psychology, worked in a lab for a bit. And so know a little bit of something. So what I'm going to do after the first year, people are kind of changing their lives. It's just, I like an advice column. So join for that. That should be fun.
You're going to have people write in and you're going to give them advice.
And it's got a great title.
Dear Bill.
I was going to say, Dear Bill.
Oh, it's even better than that.
Or Oh Bill.
Oh, Bill.
No, if the title.
About $1 for every time I heard that, Jimmy. I have well over $7.
You'd have gas money.
Might afford
Yeah.
groceries then. I don't know.
Yeah. And it was Oh, Bill, more like.
But if it's anything like the
Bill.
title of our podcast, it's going to be something real long, right?
You know me so well, James.
He's good. I write some jokes sometimes, and he knows the punchlines.
There you go.
We're like on the same wavelength sometimes. This is fabulous.
Genuine, honest to goodness, long ass, whatever thing you're doing now.
It's gonna be super long. You know me. All right. So since it's around that time and New Year's time, we'll start with you.
What?
What do you do around New Year's? Are you got plans this year? I mean,
This year
what are you doing?
for New Year's, I probably be heading down to Indianapolis downtown. I haven't been downtown in a long time.
All right.
Besides that, but I'll probably go down and catch the festivity and get pictures of people downtown.
Awesome.
Oh, so you're gonna use it as a working night to get stuff done?
A little bit both business and pleasure. So
Okay.
it'll work.
Now, are you meeting someone there to take pictures too? You guys, or
At the moment, no.
Solo?
I usually like going alone on that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
But then I might meet up with a couple guys down there.
okay, very good, very good.
Yeah.
You're pretty good at organically just finding some stuff to take. Some
Yeah,
pictures of.
I usually just go where the wind
Absolutely.
blows.
Yeah.
Just go that direction.
So, what are the festivities going downtown? Is there?
Oh,
something-
well, I know I'm going to the Colts game. Sorry,
All right.
Colts.
Oh, the Colts playing a game.
Colts are playing on New Year's Eve on the
okay.
31st.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I'm just going to go downtown.
All
They're still our
right.
coordinators, so I got to root for them.
That's right.
They took
Kinda
our
like
offense. They
related
took our
to some of
offense
the-
with them. They just didn't take the quarterback with them.
Right.
Just Minshew. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for morning sports talk.
That's right.
No, well, no, wait a minute. So now you're obviously we know a huge.
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan.
You can tell by the way he's dressed. OH.
Oh,
There we go. That's how you tell if somebody's real.
real.
I was in a local grocery store. Well, Schultz Market.
Yeah.
Fabulous people. Not a sponsor of the show. That's okay.
Right.
Wilson Farm Market has better chicken. That's all. Yeah. But I can't always get over there. But when I can't, I go there. There was a person ringing the bell.
Yeah.
Over the holidays. He had an Ohio State shirt on, and I had a buddy, of course, Mr. D.
Yeah, yep.
And big Ohio State guy from Columbus. And so he's told me that was the way to do it. And so I walk in, and as I walk by, I'm like, OH. And he's like, hey there, I kind of like the team. I'm like, oh boy. And I've done that 2 or 3 times to people out, and I'll say, OH. And they look at me funny. Faker, poser,
Yeah.
total poser.
I got hooked
Total
on him
wanker.
through somebody else. Like he was a diehard. I knew enough about college to where I'd always keep track of stuff right before the draft.
Yeah.
But then he informed me everything about college. I kind of let him in on everything about pros, and we just started going to games and stuff. So actually went to a shitload of Ohio State
I
games.
think you're talking about Big Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank
there you go.
Tank.
So you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
You're a Colts fan. Who are the Colts playing on New Year's Eve?
They're actually playing my original favorite team, which is the Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders?
The Raiders.
Yeah, and the Raiders actually can figure out a way to, like, if they win the last 2 and the Chiefs lose the last 2, they end up beating the Chiefs and knocking them out of the
Oh
playoffs.
my gosh.
But that was before the Colts were here, so I was always, I didn't want to be a Bears
Yeah,
fan.
everybody else is Bears and Bengals here.
Bears, Bengals, or maybe Browns.
Steelers and some of the weird ones around. Yeah.
So when you were a kid, you were a Raiders fan.
Right.
How did you have like an uncle or a dad or something like that?
I liked the mentality of the Raiders, and Howie Long was playing at
tough
that
as
time.
nails.
Big, guy, and
Oh, yeah.
defensive guy, and Lyle Zato.
Oh, yeah.
Just the mean kind of guys I like to watch.
Just win, baby.
Just win.
The guys
Oh,
that would
man.
just eat anabolic steroids and go out there and wreck stuff.
Right. John Matuzak. All
We
them
could go
guys.
way down this road.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to somebody the other day. There was a documentary on a few years ago called AFL, NFL in Full Color, about the pre-merger.
Oh, that's
And
the
then what
best
goes on.
documentary ever.
That's good.
Fantastic.
It's literally I think that's literally the best documentary ever.
Well, I found it. Well, Karen suggested it to me, and because she's usually watching college football,
Yeah.
but every once in a while she'll
Sorry,
watch
I
the
was-
pros, that kind of thing. But good stuff, fantastic. So going to the game, you got good seats? Are you?
Yeah. I share tickets with a friend of mine, so
Oh, you have then season tickets.
yeah.
Oh,
There's not
all
really
right.
bad seats
Very
in
good.
Lucas Oil, honestly.
right.
I haven't been to the new place yet. I'm still the Hoosier Dome.
Yeah, that was my first
Long
time a couple
ago.
years
It
ago.
needs about 4 more escalators, but besides that, it's an awesome place
Okay.
to watch football. Yeah.
1 o'clock game then probably. I'm guessing
1 o'clock
afternoon.
game. 1
Cool,
o'clock game.
perfect. So you get
Yeah.
out, it'll still be.
I wish it
sun,
was a
yeah.
4 o'clock game because then right afterwards, then that's when
Just start partying,
Right, the
either
party
in
goes right
misery
to
or
it.
happiness. Just
right,
start
the
partying.
dark
Oh
and
my
everything, and everybody's already half lit.
Yeah.
So
So my last football question, we can come back to it later. Well, I used to be a Chargers fan. I used to be way into football, and I was a Chargers
Lord.
fan, so I did not care for your team at all.
No.
Let's see. And
But you always beat him, so it didn't matter.
that was great.
Yeah.
Not for some years. No, not for some years.
Thank you, Burner Turner.
I will. That's right. Yes. The last team to win in the Hoosier Dome,
Right.
the San Diego Chargers.
Ooh.
Well, when I was a Chargers fan, and I went out there once, but I found out, and I would like read the newspaper from there and online, and found out that there was a rule it was Jack Murphy Stadium, then they renamed it Qualcomm Stadium, but Jack Murphy Stadium, that
The big sombrero.
the big sombrero.
Yeah.
When teams would come and play in San Diego, they would sell beer through like the mid of the fourth quarter. They would still buy beers.
Right.
Okay. When the Raiders come and play, it ends before halftime.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just not acceptable to have all those felons drunk.
I went to a Colts Raiders game a couple years ago, and I love my Raider fans, but they are the worst.
Oh yeah,
they are
Rowdy.
loud, and
Rowdy.
they will run it all the way through to the very end, even if they lose.
Yes,
So,
that's Raiders. That's
Yeah.
I can't say nothing because I had people wanting to fight me when the Eagles played the Colts down on Monday Night Football, and
Yeah.
the Eagles won on like a last second field goal or something. And yeah, I had half a row wanting to beat the shit out of me. I was obnoxiously loud too. It was
well, Eagle fans and Raider fans are they
it's
kind of come
similar.
hand in
Yeah,
hand.
it's very similar.
Here's what we're gonna do. Karen, I can tell you're really excited. We're gonna stop this part, but listen, we're gonna have you back.
Okay.
Right before the NFL season starts.
Okay.
In like August.
I could do like 8 hours of an
We'll
NFL
do a
talk
full
if you really
football
feel like
show. I'll
I could
tell
do
some
the
more
whole day.
football stories.
I'll be napping in the corner.
It's the
Karen will
only
take
sport
a
I come
nap.
alive. It's
Okay.
football.
Okay.
She'll be executive producing that one.
So your
Oh,
New Year's
yeah.
Eve sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
Going to
I
a
look
Colts
forward to it,
game,
yep.
partying, taking some pictures. Karen, what will you do on New Year's Eve? What are you gonna do? What you got
New
going?
Year's Eve, we're brewing.
Oh, brewing. What you making?
I don't know what I'm making. Dark Lord. We're making Dark Lord.
You're making the Dark Lord.
We're making the Dark Lord.
So definitely a heavy. Okay. Is this a favorite of yours? Do you
Oh,
like
yeah.
this beer?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And one you've made several times.
Yes.
This is a repeated.
Yeah.
People love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have
So
a large
brew-
group coming.
Oh, you have a large group of people coming.
Yep.
They helping out with the brew process too. Like
Yeah.
everybody's helping out.
All the brew partners and their families are coming, and we're just gonna
All right.
eat, brew, drink,
Be
smoke.
merry.
Yep.
All
New
right.
Year's
It's gonna be
Eve?
awesome. Yeah, New Year's Eve. Sorry.
Fantastic. Well, you'll be in Indianapolis.
All right.
The 1
Plans
o'clock,
can
1
change.
o'clock game.
Oh.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Well, but it's the Raiders, and he may be in
There you
jail.
go.
So, beer time. Exciting. How many people are the partners like in the business? Like, is there
About 4,
about 4
got-
people?
5 partners.
We do have an audience member here today.
Yeah.
who's
No,
who's
I'm
in the
not. I'm
background.
not looking at them.
And your plus ones.
Yeah.
The
5 and plus ones, and I think there might be 5 little
Families.
kids coming too,
Yeah.
Okay.
which will be my entertainment.
You'll be entertaining the kids.
I'll be entertaining the children.
I'm glad somebody's still entertained
And
by
there won't
kids.
be gingerbread houses, so I'll have to come
know.
up with crafts and things or something.
What are you going to
What
do?
will Karen come up with?
Well, it's also. Do you get some time to talk with the adults though? I mean.
Oh
hang
yeah,
out. Okay.
I'll
okay.
be smashed. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. So bring your children. Yeah, right over Karen.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like
I'll
a
be
good
all
time.
right. It'll be good.
Okay. And do you have any other like traditions on New Year's Eve that you normally do? Like if you weren't brewing, would you have normally done something else?
No brewing.
Brewing is all
Gotta
you do.
brew. Gotta brew.
Okay. Then on the first, the next day, do you just take it
Recoup.
easy? Just
Recoup.
relax.
Wash everything.
Do you make the special corned beef and cabbage? Do you do stuff like that? Or...
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't either. I don't.
That's
care
just
for
so
that.
terrible.
You ever do that growing up? Did your
I
mom
do.
make that?
Oh,
You
yeah.
do make it. You put a penny in the pot.
Yeah, right. It's
Okay.
Good luck.
Very good.
Have it. You'd be
Yeah.
gassy all day, but
Yeah, I'd
it's
always
okay.
come in
Yeah.
there and just be like, "Why does the whole house gotta smell like ass?" Then it's gonna smell like ass the whole next day just because of some holiday. Come on.
There you go. Well, hey. So James, you're not going to be having corned beef and cabbage.
No, like
What are your
it's-
plans? What you doing?
Like the last few years, it's like every other year I work, and this is just one of the years I work.
This is the work year.
Yeah,
Oh.
Okay. So you're
So-
working New Year's Eve
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Okay.
But it's one of those holidays that, like the every other year I don't. I just get completely just shit faced, just obliterated.
Well, you could do that after work on the first.
Yeah, but it'd be at like 7 in the morning. I still have to go to work the next day.
Okay. I got you. All right.
But it's basically our niece Rachel's birthday on the same day. She was born on New Year's, so at New Year's we would always celebrate her birthday.
That's
so it's like a mega family whole gathering thing.
So where you work, when the ball does drop, do the coworkers, do you kiss?
I don't know yet. It's the first year I've worked here.
Okay. All right.
So,
Are there any coworkers you'd like to kiss?
No, no,
He's married.
yeah.
It's a New Year's Eve one. It's not marrying them and taking
No, I'll,
them out on a
I'll
date,
James
man.
Brown it and just step back and kiss.
Just a little-
I'll step back and kiss
A little
myself.
peck. It's like Happy New Year, that thing.
No,
You
I'll
don't
be
do that?
listening.
Oh, I'd kiss my husband. but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
But maybe
kiss
someone else
anybody
like on the cheek. I mean, not a
That's usually hugging time.
okay. You don't put keys in
Might
a
grab somebody
fishbowl.
else's ass, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Put keys in a
I do a
fishbowl?
lot of that.
You do a lot of
A
grabbing
lot of
ass.
grab ass on New Year's when I'm out drunk. That's legit.
There are times when he comes. He's
Leave
like a
com-
1950s.
No, like leave comments
exec.
leave comments below if you've been a victim of me grabbing your ass on New Year's.
Yes.
This is guy friends and girlfriends. I just didn't give two shits. I'm like,
There
I'm
you
happy.
go.
We're all happy. It's a new year.
Right.
I like your bisexual attitude for the New Year's.
Start this year off wondering if you want to press charges or not.
That's a hell of a tradition for New Year's. I turn into a bisexual. That's great. Now,
You always got to take it down the road just a little too far.
but you're not gonna. But so on the first later in the afternoon, you're not gonna party down because you have to work the next day. You see?
Oh yeah, I'll be just like dead asleep throughout the
Okay.
day.
All right. It's not
Any other New Year's like it's literally been like the every other
2025 when you'll be ready to go next year, right?
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
be off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
have
Provided
enough
you
time
make it.
established at my work where I can take the weekend off and not have to worry about it.
Very cool.
Yeah. When you start someplace new and you start back at the bottom, you got to work your hours
Absolutely.
back up. Yeah,
You
so
know.
it's a whole deal.
But I got a feeling it won't take you long to.
Oh no,
You're probably
No.
already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Running the show.
I'm planning ahead for like birthday and shit in the summer.
Yep,
Yeah.
gotta
I
plan
got
ahead.
concerts and stuff I got to roll.
You got
to.
things to do.
Yeah.
All right, that's fun. For me, nothing too
What you doing?
exciting.
What
Just
you
hanging
doing?
around the house. We usually don't do much. Haven't gone out for New Year's in a long time, really. You know, I mean, I'm glad people still do and have a good time, but just hanging around the house. I guess play some video games with my son, play some board games, that kind of thing.
It's kind of one of those holidays that like whatever kind of mode you're in at the time is what you just want to like, hey, I am kind of out and let's go out and have a good time mode, or I am kind of just let's just chill at the house mode. So you just kind of
I get
take
that.
the whole weekend
Yeah,
of those 2 days and just do that. Yeah.
I'm with you. That's yeah. We just kind of take it easy. That's kind of the mode we're in. So I'm sure one of these days he'll be out doing things and we'll be by ourselves. And well, maybe we'll come over here to the
You should.
Right.
the brew fest, or we'll come over to your
Sure.
You could
bisexual
still-
party. That'd be fun. All right. Well, you know, part of New Year's Eve is games. You know, the board games. Did you do that growing up? Did
Yep.
you get out a bunch of games with your family and go crazy? Right. Well,
Yeah.
here at the GGHOP, you know, it's a big business. There's several arms and, you know, and things that are all putting it together. Well, there's a game division, and they came up with 4 fantastic games that you can get, I think, at any Target or whatever retailer you wish. So would you like to go through 4 of these games?
Absolutely.
Try this out. Okay, we're not
So
actually going to
ready.
play the games. I just want to describe them to you and show you what they're called. Sound like fun?
Do you have
Yes.
graphics
Let's
too?
hear it.
I got some graphics too. I got some
Ooh, he's got
graphics too.
graphics.
So the first game, okay. You like stacking games?
Jenga.
Like Jenga, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is a lot like Jenga. This next game, and they're all these small. What I like too is they're in these small boxes. It's eco-friendly.
You remember when actually
All the pieces are in there.
You remember when actually stacking a house of cards was something that people did?
Right.
Oh yeah, well people still probably do.
That's what we did when we didn't have internet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ooh.
That's
What?
I'm saying.
It was a dark time.
In between jacks and dice. that's
dark
what we
The
were
dark
doing.
world.
So you like Jenga? This is like Jenga. It involves stacking with unusually shaped pieces. Okay, some are made with plastic, some are made with metal, some are made with earthenware. Okay, but all of them encrusted with food and goo from last week, and haven't even gotten to the smell. Singles, roommates, and spouses are going to love to play. Pretend there aren't dishes to do.
Ah.
It's my son's
See?
favorite game.
I think I told you before we came on, or I read these to like 12 people, and none of them said they were funny.
Your son didn't like that one?
No, they did not read this to my son. Trust me, they're going to get.
Well, there's going to be a dick or a fart joke in one of those. So.
No, now, James. Now,
No?
what are you
No?
thinking? That would be a fun one.
Some sort of debauchery.
All right. So, how about the next one? Players need high energy for this one. So,
Twister?
well, yeah, exactly. Like Twister kind of stuff. Other games you have to like actually move
Oh,
and
like
run.
Pictionary is always one that gets people going.
Pictionary,
Charades.
charades. What was that? Win, lose, or draw. Remember that
Yeah,
TV show?
yeah.
Was not people were way into that kind
Yeah.
of thing. So it's a high energy game, kind of like that.
That's kind of what
feel.
Pictionary is, I guess.
Yeah. And this is a team game, so it's more than one person can play. So you and your happy, well-adjusted team will have to be quick on your feet. All right. So, was that the oven? Should I go check on the baby? Run to the bathroom? Feign Death, possibly, huh? Well, just don't lock eyes and get stuck listening to the evil one. Because when you got an up, they got a down. When you got a smile, they got a frown. That's right. Just try to keep your glass half full as you try to avoid the punch bowl pisser.
Avoid the punch bowl pisser.
Okay. You ever been on a punch bowl pisser? The person's always just like a downer at a party.
Probably
or
fucking me at this point.
I had a okay.
It could be anybody over the age of 40.
Like I said, there's only 4. We're
Shit,
halfway
right.
through, and then we'll get to real content. Now, I was a teacher because you're a teacher. I had this student, and I will not name this person's name, and I won't tell him because we had a contest giveaway the other day, and I said their first name and their last initial to protect their anonymity, and he just shouted it out. So I don't want to. But
She said she didn't want to see me without my shirt on, so I gotta
you had to
say
call.
something. Yeah, I
She
gotta
made
call
fun of
her
your,
out.
your hands and
This don't look too bad. It's just fucking white.
yes, it's okay. So I had a student, and this student, she was great, nice girl, but whenever you ask something in a happy way, it always came out negative. How was your weekend? Not good. Oh, what happened? My cat died. Well, hey, that's a pretty picture you drew. I messed up on the edge. Like, just Jesus.
Well,
The only one. Never mind. Let's move on. No one knows what a punch bowl pisser is or cares. Let's see if we can get you rattled.
I call those a buzzkill, right?
Right.
Yeah, like a buzzkill. Might call it a punch bowl pisser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something
Okay.
different.
My
You may like
gamer
them
tag is literally Jimmy Buzzkill.
I just
so
envisioned a punch bowl
I've
with
seen it
someone
from the wrong
pissing in it, but
perspective.
okay.
all.
I'm that
yeah,
guy.
Sorry. Not an actual person urinating into
Yeah,
punch.
You stay away from those folks.
Almost there. Only got
I'm
2
ready.
left, and we're done with the I'm done with the torture. A tightrope game, kind of like a tightrope game. Not that you actually walk on tightrope, but just a lot at stake here. Okay, one player or an entire party can play. So you can play it alone.
Like truth or dare.
Well, truth or dare. I think don't you always play it with 2?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
It's
Matt,
usually a group.
I think you can play with a group.
you play truth or dare with a group of people. I thought you always played with just
It's
like 2
terrifying.
people. It's terrifying.
It can be.
Are you going to be playing at the brew party? No.
We know better.
Okay, all right. This is a tightrope game. One player,
He's
entire
like, survey
party.
says.
18 games, right?
The people, the hands.
Flip cup.
Well, just you've played
Color
drinking
purple?
games. What's the
Beer pong.
beer pong
Yeah.
stuff
Oh.
like that. So it's kind of related. It's alcohol related.
Every time Chris
Okay.
Collinworth
Always
says, "Now
makes it
here's a
better.
guy,"
Yeah.
take a shot.
So you take your turn, but choose your words very carefully. Watch your distance as his speech begins to slur. You know the fuse has been lit. The clock is ticking. That's right. Libations, laughter, confusion, and all-out terror as you try not to piss off the edgy drunk.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You been around that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And one dude just staring and being weird and then telling weird stories?
Oh, yeah.
You been around that
That's good.
person?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
For sure.
Is that my dad?
Those.
No, that's
That is
try
my
not to
dad.
piss off. No, did you say your dad?
Probably my
That's
dad.
try not to piss off the chronic masturbator. Is what your dad is. You've told me the stories. He's stuck to the couch. Well, we love him. We'll send him a shirt.
There you go.
Also, what I like is that the graphics and
That'd been my dad in the '90s. Yeah.
the edgy drunk.
Yeah.
I used to have a friend that was that way, and you could tell. They start getting weird.
Oh,
They
yeah.
get quiet. Yeah.
Like
We've
he's
all been
already
there.
Vulcan death grip 2 people. We need to start ushering him out.
And it's like the cards are stuck in this one. Look out.
What happened?
Well, it's
honey?
like go ahead and cover what.
like an album cover.
No, you cover like why I'm doing this.
Oh
Oh
Are you
my God, I
stuck,
can't
Chuck?
get the cards out of the damn
Oh.
box.
fat fingers. Up.
man,
Anything to talk about?
you
Wilson
just
Farm
carrot
Market?
top. Play me off,
Chicken?
Johnny. Dude,
God's going in there farther.
Get those
Oh
Arsenio
my
Hall fingers
God,
in
get
there.
out of the
Oh,
damn
shake it, don't break it.
Jesus.
Shake it, it'll come out.
Got to talk to the people in design, or whatever.
Acme Packaging.
Okay, the last one. The torture's
Okay.
almost done. Okay, this is an exciting one-player game.
Ooh, one
Okay.
player.
Yep. Now it's it's
You're supposed to do that.
Think of solitaire. You play solitaire, right? That's a single-player game.
You're supposed to do that before you come here, Bill.
Yeah.
No, that's all right.
Sounds like a game your dad would like. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a big fan. Huge right arm. So exciting one-player game for teens, older teens, like 18, 19, maybe in your 20s, your early 20s. That's kind of the idea.
Still sounding bad.
Oh no, this is great.
Do I still have to wear Jinkos? That's what I was
You
doing.
gotta
right
wear some
about this.
Jinkos,
Yeah.
big flare
Big flare,
Jinkos.
yeah.
Put that hood up.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect for this game. You're getting there. Okay. It's you against them. Okay. They are the squares. They're old people that haven't had fun in years, but you are the cunning triangle. Okay. And you're armed with 3 things: with the power of youth, California grade edibles, and a pint of size bottle of 99 bananas. But beware, huh? Disapproving looks, hushed conversations. First it's the paranoia, then it's the very real tachycardia as you try to keep your shit together at the family reunion.
Ooh,
huh?
yeah.
You're a little too buzzed at the family reunion? People
There
are-
you go.
What's wrong with him? How much of that mac and cheese is he going to eat?
No,
I'm
like,
the only one.
my
I'm the
whole-
only one.
no,
why-
who
my
gets
whole
messed up.
family is buzzed at the reunion. So
That's why I drink
Okay.
a lot. I told you when I drink a lot, I get quieter more.
Yeah.
So that's why I drink a lot of family reunions.
There you
Well,
go.
I appreciate. I
I
think
know your family.
Yeah.
I understand.
There needed to
Yeah.
be alcohol. There needed to be alcohol in mine. So
you had all. Everyone was
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, hey.
we
Thank
would
you
have
for,
we would have picked the square out real fast.
Thanks for going through that with me. I appreciate it. Now we'll move on. I guess those people were right. So somebody's out there laughing, aren't you? That's I don't have an audience here. I bet somebody would have laughed at a couple of those. All right. So we're halfway through ish. So it's time to talk about Wilson Farm Market. Have you ever been there?
No, I have not.
So on
gotta
US
go.
31, you got to go check it
Yeah,
out.
I'll
Gotta
check
go.
it out.
The guy that runs it, Scott Wilson, is a god.
Right.
I see him as a god. I
Right.
mean, a demigod.
Of
Less
course.
less than a god, more than a man.
Right.
Okay, fabulous guy. Let me write fun radio ads and yeah, but the place on US 31. I've told the story before. People drive from like states away, and
Right.
and like stay all night in Westfield, and then go there on a second day and buy
Really?
food.
The chicken's fantastic.
It's it's out the line for the chicken. It's outside. I mean, people can't get enough of it. Crazy stuff.
Sounds
Good stuff.
Good stuff. You went there.
Yeah.
You bought cherry juice or something. Did you buy cherry aid? Is that you?
Cherry cider.
Cherry cider. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Delish.
Yeah. Over 50 kinds of cheese as well.
I told
like
you
that?
they're the king of cheese. out
Yeah,
there.
there's
Yeah.
it's more than you can imagine.
I don't know if it's still there, but one time I went by and I used to do the ad, so I'd stop in and see him. But I was walking through, and he had something called high temp cheese. So I don't know really what that.
Sounds
I
like
could
it'd be a
look it up.
fondue of some sort.
That's what I mean. Do you put it on a steak because it can take 450 degrees and it won't separate? I wonder what high temp cheese was.
I don't know. It's like the ones using like the big, like the chunks of stuff they use when they do brick oven pizzas.
Right. Or some of that
so.
cheese that we pour it, it just stays like a
Yeah,
sheet
Yeah.
of cheese, just
Like-
keeps going down.
like Terminator 2. It's the yeah, but that
Yeah.
cheese. Okay. Well, Wilson Farm Market, that's who sponsors it, and also Frankfurt Beer Works as well.
Frankfurt beer.
And
Works.
just a reminder, if you win a contest, if you send something into us, we read your email. If you do the Dear Bill with longer title, what do they get? Karen will show you.
Lovely.
GGHOP. Oh, son of a bitch! Are you on the same as this guy?
I can't see you, but
There it is.
It's here.
There it is on the logo. Now they're all extra larges. One size fits all. Is that a good idea?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Middle.
Because if you don't want to wear it outside, you could always wear it to sleep.
Yeah.
There you go. Because we've got to get a special shirt for her husband. Because he's like, as we've said, he's like shredded like
You got to cut
Rambo.
the sleeves off, though.
and he wears like a small.
Yeah.
And this is his shirt, right? A child small. But he's just cut.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, and then he thought I ordered all double X's. They look like double X's. So you get a nice shirt. You'll be taking that home today because
Oh,
guests
sweet.
take them home as well.
Sweet.
And you can, do you wear XL? Do you?
I will
smaller,
wear XL,
smaller?
yeah. And
Okay.
I love black, so it's
Okay.
good.
And feel free to wear that to school and
All right.
tell them all about the
I will.
podcast.
Bill
All
would
right.
love that. Little Bill.
Little Bill would love that.
Yeah.
He would.
Connects us.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that. That's
I'll see
great.
if I can-
And now that I look at it, man, extra large is big, isn't it?
That's what I wear.
Okay, that's what I wear. I thought, God
It's not
damn.
that bad.
Hey, it's not brew night.
Sorry.
It's not brew night. And careful with him. A couple drinks and it's
Little arms.
grab ass day. Well, Jimmy Ramos,
Yes, sir.
we're here. Let's talk
We're
about you
here.
a bit.
Okay.
So you are an artist.
Yeah.
You're a freehand artist as well.
Yep.
When you do those, are you pen? Are you a painter?
I started out painting. Yeah.
Painting?
Yeah. And,
Oil?
acrylics.
Okay.
Acrylics or water paint. Yeah.
So, and then you're a photographer.
Yes.
So how did these type of things begin in your life? Was someone around you an artist? Did you just naturally do these things when you were young and had? How did it work?
I've always naturally, did something with art when I was a kid, like a normal kid would do, always draw and everything like that. So that's where it started for me. Elementary years, always wanted to do art.
But when you drew when you were younger, did you notice? When you're in elementary school, you do the different art projects, and then we hang them up and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, my parents still got half my stuff.
Yeah, you still keep those things around. But was it pretty apparent when you look up on the wall that yours was different and it looked nice?
I was told, when I was younger, I got a skill for it, so I kind of just went with it. But mostly what I drew when I was a kid, we always liked to draw the rock and roll stars, like draw like stick figures, even like draw the whole band set up. That was what I loved doing in elementary the most, was like setting my own stage up.
But you had a sense of dimension early. So like you had a sense of dimension a lot early.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't get that sense of dimension until a little bit later on when they actually get taught it.
Correct. Right. True.
But the stick figure bands, right? So do you still have stick figure bands?
I have some of them still. I used to love taking those Post-it notes because, yes, even back then we had Post-it notes, and still you flipped it and you.
Yes.
I did that all the time. I would waste paper like you wouldn't believe, just doing flip-it notes. And even now today, kids will get the little Post-it notes and they'll make their own little cartoon.
You did the stick figure bands. Did you then name it? Did you make a little?
I would put myself in the band.
Oh, you're in
with
there.
my friends.
Ah, cool.
It was one day I'd be a bass player, maybe one day I'd be a drummer. But
look out.
That was in the group, and then Garfield.
Oh.
Garfield was.
Oh, you could
I
draw.
loved drawing Garfield as a kid.
All right.
I put different clothes on him and everything. And
Fun.
yeah.
Then so you read Garfield then too. You
Yes,
must have loved.
He's the epitome of our generation in a way. Kind of. Very,
when I was a little kid, that's the first thing I tried to learn how to draw was Garfield. Mm-hmm. Like every drawing I ever try to do now, because I can't draw for shit, but like it's always, I start with the eyes, those big eyes that are connected, and then just do the rest of it after it. They always look like a weird cross between The Simpsons and that, but like in some demented way.
It's true.
I'm amazed because I can't. I just have no.
Oh, I can't do it.
Skill at that at all. So as you're going through school, you're drawing. Then, and where did you? Are you from around here originally?
I lived for all my life.
Okay,
except for
right.
about 5-6 years when I went to Indiana State.
Okay. So when you were in high school, then you had Mr. Sawicki as an art teacher.
I had Mr. Sawicki.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he teach you some things?
He was very good with me. I would consider him like an old school teacher. He was not very,
I had him his last 2 years. He was there. Yeah.
Yes. A very mellow guy, very laid back,
going.
very, but it was like a culture shock when I went from high school to college.
Okay.
Art, that field. So.
Yeah, the feel is going to be much different.
It was
at
a whole different ball game. So.
Mr. Sawicki was my art teacher, and I took like 2 things of art, but the first time I went into art, he was part of the Clinton County Art League, and my mom was in there, and my brother, because they both painted oil paintings, and I can't do that, but he didn't know, so the first day. When I'm in there, he's like, "Well, Bill, hey, good to see you. Your mom and your brother.
Right.
Hey, good to be here." And then we did some like vanishing point drawings and things like that. And there's that song by it's the Piano Man. Who sings the Piano Man? Is that
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. Yeah. There's that line in there that he talks first. The smile ran away from his face. I'd never forget the first time we're doing drawing and art stuff, and he's coming all over and so proud. And he looks over at mine, and when he looks at that, it just, you're the dumb one. You're the non-art one. You're the idiot one.
You're just expressing yourself.
It's Shimp Gant.
Shimp.
You're the Shimp one. Yeah, he was so excited that I was there because I must be a great artist like my brother and my mom. And boy, he was just. Well, Bill, good job there.
Right.
Like, oh, great.
Right.
Yeah.
You
So
good at any sports?
exactly. I think you should consider something else.
Right.
So here you go. That's why I talk. That's my art.
Well, him having the classroom right next to Mr. Worthen was always strange.
Oh yeah.
Because Worthen was the technical drawer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he was definitely a lot louder than Mr. Sawicki was. So,
Yeah.
sure.
You probably heard some
yeah.
shouts once in a while. So in high school, you're getting it. You're doing that. Were you taking pictures in high school?
On
Photography?
film, because I don't think really digital was really popping.
Well, yeah.
Then, but it was
But
still.
were you running out and taking
I was
pictures?
taking
Already
pictures
into that.
then.
When did that start? When did you get
That
first
started
camera?
after I got tired of painting, because painting was I was always stuck indoors all the time. I wasn't like a Monet type painter who went outside.
Right.
I was always inside and claustrophobic, just being inside
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
and didn't really have much of a life because you're always inside.
Yeah.
And I was always outside, so I said, let's just take pictures. So
Great. What was your first camera?
my first camera was a Nikon D610.
Okay.
It was a big. It was a full frame camera, but it was my first camera.
I used to take some pictures, and I got a Pentax K1000.
Oh, I used that in college. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Cool.
a film camera. Yes.
It's all, film
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I did that for a while, and I enjoyed that. So, and I remember I bought that because it's what my brother had.
Right.
And I bought one because I went to my brother, and you've probably heard this from people too, as a photographer, is that I went to him once and said, "Hey, I'm going on this trip with my friends. I want that camera of yours that takes good pictures."
Oh yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I
Camera
learned
takes good
really
pictures.
quickly,
Mhm.
the camera doesn't take good pictures.
Right.
I do.
Right.
Again, Mr. Sawicki was right.
Right.
I'm an idiot. So yeah, you've probably heard that too.
Right.
Your camera that takes good
Oh,
pictures.
I hear it quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but of course we know pictures are great pictures are made. I mean,
They're made. You don't take them. You make them.
That's right.
Right.
See, we got a real connection here. Not just that football shit like you.
Because when you take it, you're taking it from people. Oh yeah. I'm taking it now at Ohio State. It's good though.
So got to college.
Yep.
Went Indiana State.
I went there for for graphic designs. Yes.
Graphic design, and then did you finish that one? Did you?
I finished that degree there. Then I
Graphic
ended up going to John Heron School of Art.
Oh.
I was going to ask if he went to Heron or not.
Nice.
Yeah.
John Heron. Yeah.
So when you finished with the graphic arts degree, did you didn't want to go out and do
I did it
that,
for
or-
about 6 months,
Okay.
and
Where did you work? Do you remember where you worked?
it was just some industrial park in Indianapolis, and
Okay.
I would go in after hours, and I would basically clean up the design work of other designers because they would do it, then I would just polish it up,
Okay.
and that just got boring.
Yeah.
I worked late at nights, so then I got a job at an Applebee's,
All right.
and then I got a job at a Broad Ripple Brew Company, which was the
Oh.
best job I've had there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's got
because I was fry side guy,
Okay.
and we made beer battered fish.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I was the only cook that would have a pitcher of beer in his cooler, and they were cool enough to let me have a
Well, you're the cook. You got to take a couple to check it.
homemade brew.
I'm
so
sure
you
it's
can-
still good.
Oh, yeah.
So now, how long does it take to go through art school, like the Heron Art School?
Oh, it depends. I mean, depends if you're going
it's
to get.
up to you.
Yeah, 2 to 4 years. You know, it depends on what you're doing.
Did Sawicki take you on the tour
Yeah. Did
there?
you go there?
He took me to the tour to. It was John Heron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was an eye opener for me.
Yeah,
'cause-
Okay. When we went, did you go on that too?
I did too, yeah.
That was the coolest experience ever.
Right.
Because I'd never seen art on like a level like you were like, oh, you see a mural over here, you may not have seen whoever's painting it. You might have seen. You walk in there in this giant building, and one person would have a workspace that was like the size of one of
Right.
these walls. And they're halfway through something that they're taking like 3 years to work on or something. Some of that stuff in there was.
And that was the culture
mind-blowing.
shock I was telling you about, where
Very
here I am in
artsy.
small town doing
Yeah.
it with Swicky's class, and he took us on that trip, and I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I love this.
I didn't know anything like that ever existed.
Right.
When I was thinking of art school, I was thinking it was just like this class, but we're in little sections by ourselves on tables together, rather than that was a. I've never seen anything like that in my life, because you walk in there and some people would have something that just be like a sculpture that you would see somewhere. They're like, man, somebody's going to pay like $40,000-$50,000 for that
Right.
thing over there, and they're all like 18, 19, 20 years old.
Wow.
I think when I went down there, that's what I liked, is just that, the small rooms, and everybody has their places where they're working. You got to see, some of the people,
Right.
and then seeing the people then, like,
And then interacting with each other. It was almost like living there,
Yeah.
like going to
Yeah.
the house, because everything's everywhere.
yeah, and it's very real art and artistic like people.
Yeah.
And then on the trip, did you as well? We went to the Heron Art School first, and then we went to the Indianapolis Museum of Art. Did you go there as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So
Loved it.
you got to college, got out, and then now you're at the art school. How long did it take for you to go through? Were you there just a couple years? or-
I went for 2 years at John Heron because I needed my teaching certificate. So I took a couple art courses over there, and I loved it over there.
so you knew you wanted to teach art by that time.
Right.
Oh, okay.
At
I
that
understand.
point, with graphic design, I was tired of it. It was so competitive. It was just too much for me. But then I thought, well, I'll just go back and get my teaching certificate.
Did it seem a little too automated, and you just wanted to be a little bit more hands-on?
Right.
Is that
Exactly.
Kind of where you
It
were
was
at?
just like going to work in a factory, clock in, clock out. Wasn't a whole lot of
Yeah.
interaction. It wasn't so I wasn't really keen with that.
When did you know that you wanted to teach? Did you always know you wanted to teach elementary age?
How I got the job was, as soon as I finished and graduated at John Heron, I came back home for the summer, and I don't think I think I may have put a couple resumes out, but Kim Becker,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if you remember Kim Becker.
Yeah.
From Riley.
Right. She had called me and said, hey, we're looking for an art teacher. You want the job? I said, and I was always told as a teacher back in the old days.
Yeah, yeah.
That if you get offered a job, take it.
Yes.
You never know where you're going to get another job. So I took it.
Yeah.
And here I am 24 years later. So.
Wow.
Look at that. You kept it and you stayed it. And you know what? It's hard because I was a teacher and the turnover rate,
Yes.
even back then, was very high.
Right.
You know, so to stick it that long. So your first teaching job was at Riley Elementary School.
Riley,
in Frankfort.
Kiger, and Southside.
Couldn't have timed it out.
I
any
jumped
better.
around.
You jumped around because they shared an art teacher.
Small
Okay.
neighborhood schools. So
Okay. And you loved that.
I love that.
Loving it. Still doing it.
Still doing it. Yeah.
And now your current school is
Green Meadows Intermediate.
Okay.
Which is 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade.
Okay.
Wow.
And you're loving that.
Loving that. Yeah.
Yeah, and my son loves your art class, and you're always doing something interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, and it's a good group of people over there at that school.
Right. Very good.
Will you guys like dress up for holidays? Like,
Yeah, the 4 guys I work
Yeah.
with, 3 other guys I work with, Catherine, Troyer, and Miller. We always do something fun for the kids, holiday wise.
when you guys are like Back to the Future people, right?
We
Or
were
some-
the first year we did it, and it was my idea, and it went over well, but I don't think we've ever achieved that funness with the outfit because we wore the Anchormen. We were Anchormen for the first
Oh, nice
for
one.
the first Halloween, and some people thought, well, that might be a little bit much.
Oh,
So I
come
really
on.
want to do like the Big Lebowski. The guys want to do it.
Go fuck yourself,
Yeah,
San
the
Diego.
guys want to do the Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski would be great.
oh,
Kids
yeah.
will like that.
Oh, they would
really?
dig it.
That's much better than Anchorman.
And some of the teachers say, well, kids won't know what they
Did
are.
Jesus? He's out there just did
Kids, I
Jesus.
said, well, kids, it's not important. It's for the parents when they come up and they,
Yeah.
parents will love it. So
Yeah, of course.
right.
Now, when you did Anchorman, who were you?
I was Paul Rudd's character.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
More action news
Black
guy.
Panther.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sex Panther.
Works 100%, 60% of the time.
Rawr.
Right.
Nice. And so, if you were to do the Big Lebowski, who would you be?
The dude.
You're the dude.
I'd be the dude.
You're the dude. Okay.
And Miller would be, is it Sobchak?
Oh, Walter.
Walter, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Troyer
Donnie.
would have been Donnie.
Oh, yep. Yep.
You know,
definitely
classic,
he fits
classic
that.
line.
Yep.
And then Cat, and here's where it broke the back.
Okay.
Catherine would have been Jesus.
Did Jesus?
Oh, you can't have that dude in school.
Oh
you-
yeah, you can. John, what's his name? The movie. His name's Jesus, but John Tortina or not? Can't think of his name. But,
Tortullo.
perfect
Tortullo?
character.
Tortullo?
But Catherine didn't want to be known as a pedophile on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and then hanging out at the school.
That'd be great though.
What's
great
a patter?
character.
What's a
I
patterass?
love it.
What's a
Go-
patterass, Don?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey man, I think it's hilarious and great.
Right.
And as a parent at the school, I would sign off that it
Oh,
would
they
be
would love
okay
that, I think,
for that
yes.
to be there. I love the attitude. I like that too because it seems like my son comes home from your school and is happy and likes what's going on, and you guys have fun and you're not too uptight about things,
Right.
which is very helpful.
Right.
I don't know. I had a resource officer tell me I may not want to have my. I remember I had the Seinfeld episode where he gets the Ass Man license plate,
Yeah.
and my friend Jesse gave me that Ass Man license plate, and I had it on the front of my car.
Yeah.
And then drove my son to elementary school and didn't realize that I was just. I'm sitting in the front with my classic car and that plate on it, so it already sticks out like a sore thumb.
Ass
And then
Man.
every parent that's walking up there to get their kid has a New York plate that says Ass Man on it. The resource officer's like, that Ass Man plate may not be a very good idea. I'm like, oh hell, I forgot it was even on there. You know,
Oh,
I put it on there
sorry.
like years ago. Yeah.
The G fell off the front.
Right.
I'll put it back on.
Yes, man.
Yeah, the gas man. So that's an interesting story, James.
Yeah, I just
share.
he just made me think of it.
Wow. All right. So elementary school stuff going well. Now, what about what you do when you're not teaching? Because you love that. You've been doing
Right.
it's 24 years.
Right.
So this next year will be 25 years.
20, yes, it'll be 25 years coming next year.
Now, do you think are you going to stay with it
Yeah,
the whole
I'll stay
time?
teaching until they kick me out.
Okay.
One of the
All
two.
right. You're
Yeah.
good with that. So what about talk about some of the other art and things you do when you're not in school?
Well, obviously, with what book I brought today is I do a lot of photography.
Yes.
It all started with Jason Wells, which was a guest here. Not too
The
long
first
ago.
guest.
Yeah, our
He
first
was
guest,
number
yeah.
one.
Yeah, Jason's the one who kind of got me going with the bands.
Okay.
That's where it kind of all started. Well, a little bit started from there. You got to go to a lot of the bands and see different people and take pictures of them.
Now, are you a musician too? Do you play any?
No, I could play guitar, but
Okay.
nothing. You know,
Okay,
just
all right.
basic chords.
Well, this is now when you go to shows, and I
Mm-hmm.
know you've done some shows that I've been part of, but are you allowed just to? They don't charge you a cover, right? 'Cause you're taking
No,
pictures.
I think the first, several months, they got used to me coming around every day, all the time. And they saw my face, and then it came to the point where they thought I was a member of the band or something like that.
Okay.
Roadie.
Like
Roadie, yeah. And I would do that job too as well. You know, when getting there, that somebody needed help carrying stuff, I would do it. So
Now I got to ask you a question. I don't know. Is Casey Diaz still?
Casey Diaz,
Is he still around?
You know what?
Take
It's funny.
pictures?
I have not seen him in a while.
Okay. That's somebody I'd like to have on the show.
Right. Oh, he'd be perfect. He'd be great. Yeah. Casey.
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's definitely fun.
Definitely a person that, he also took pictures of bands. And,
Right. Yeah. He and I worked a lot together.
Yeah.
He and I were almost like different or polar opposites. I was jealous of him in a way with his moxie. He had a lot of moxie.
Yes. He had a lot
That's
of,
the one thing he had.
what's that called? Penzance or panache.
Panache. Yeah. He had a way of just rubbing people wrong.
Sometimes.
Yes.
But then he was also a musician, and I saw him, and he played like crazy,
he was
wacky
great.
songs.
Entertaining
It was
with me.
funny.
Yeah, there are times he'd get along with people really well, and there's sometimes he wouldn't. But he and I got along great. We were almost like polar opposites. I was very quiet. I didn't like talking to people. I just sit back, and he would like talk to everybody.
I don't remember if it was you or if it was a musician, and we were out in front of the Knickerbocker, and it was a few years ago, and he's out front, and Casey's talking, and somebody was talking. He's like, well, hey, I followed your website, and I liked your stuff. And he's like, well, I'm sorry I didn't get time to. And he's like, well, I'm just trying to say, man, like, support my shit.
Oh, yes.
Support my shit.
And he's really talented. The thing is, he comes across like that, but he is extremely talented. Yeah.
So you take pictures of the bands, loving that. That's something you do on the side.
Right.
And then you also have a business with it as well. You take portraits and
I do. Yeah, I do. I do that I call that on the side.
that's well on the side.
Well on the side, but I still do it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And for families.
For families, weddings, senior portraits, and stuff like that.
And what's the name of the
X James Ramos?
X James.
Just the letter X is in front of it.
Okay, X James, and that's the name of the studio.
Studio, everything. Yeah. Everything.
And X James Ramos, you look that up and
everything you find is right there. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So what is tell us a little bit about this book that you did. I really like this book, and this is. I mean, I was going to have you on if you didn't have this book, but this I really wanted you to come on. So yeah.
The Gym City Shimmer came in two idea concepts. One, I'll probably throw there was a company in town or a business in town, who was asking for local photographers to bring photos to hang in their establishment, and I called them and sent them some pictures. And they were like, this doesn't really fit this is back in my street shooting or picture days with people.
Okay.
So when I did, a lot of my work now is not with people in it, but back in the old days where I used to take street pictures of people on the street, that's what I showed them. And they were looking more for
building,
local stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so that it rubbed me wrong, because I thought, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to start taking pictures of everything locally.
Yeah.
And then I started loving doing that. I was like, okay, I'm not driving to Indianapolis anymore. I'm not driving to Chicago to take pictures of people on the street. And that motivation turned into appreciation.
Okay.
Because I was mad at first.
Yes.
But then it really steered me in the right direction.
Okay.
And I really found that I really love doing this genre more than the people.
Than the people pictures.
Yeah.
But you still take great people. I've seen that.
Yes, I still do it. I still go do that too. Still,
so this book is Gym City Shimmer. When did you first publish this book?
It was last August, and the title of the book also kind of comes from another local musician, Cole Woodruff.
All right.
And you probably get mad for saying that, but yeah, Cole Woodruff was a local musician.
All right.
And he wrote a song called about Gym City Shimmer, lost its shimmer, and then lost its shimmer.
Lost shimmer.
So this was my rebuttal. To that idea.
Gotcha. So what's inside the front of this book, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, from Michael Cleaver.
Michael Cleaver, yeah.
Okay. And so I looked at this book first, and I'm looking through these pictures, and they're fabulous full color pictures of all around Frankfurt, correct? Yep. And what I thought in my head was, and like I talked with you about it, is that I liked how this looked. I have lived here most of my life. A couple times, I've moved away to West Lafayette, some other places. But I always, and then when I was in high school, I got up early and jogged in the mornings, and so I would see things differently.
Right.
But I always have had this thing that around here, it's a small town in central Indiana, but it kind of bugs me when people kind of like maybe how that guy was rubbing you the wrong way with the,
Right.
When people trash on it all the time
Right.
and, well, we're over here playing, but we're from Frankfurt, and hey man, there's beauty and there's good stuff here. I get tired because I feel that like enjoyment of a place, it's in your head.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're unhappy here and you move to California, you're still going to be unhappy.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but there's some real beauty here. And so that's why I thought when I looked at the book, then I told my wife, I'm like, man, I want to have him on this show because this is so great in here.
Right. Thank you.
And everything's so cell phone anymore that it's good that people are still actually like, there's some communities where people ain't taking pictures of their community, so there's going to be whole slots of time they're just going to be missing in their timeline that they're not going to be able to go back on. So like when they post those ones like from all those new or the old pictures from the 50s and stuff, when you see the square and the old Bon Merritt and all the cars parked there, it's some of the coolest stuff ever.
And so with what I was saying is that all that stuff I thought, then the next night when I picked this book up, I opened the front and saw this, and I read this, and essentially that's what this is saying.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to have you on here. So yeah, this is great. And how long did this take to kind of put together? And
I'd say some of the pictures may range back a couple of years, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, but it just took me a couple months to put it together. Originally, I only made 10 because I didn't think it would,
nobody would.
I mean, who would buy and just, I'd make it for my family first and see how it turned out. And when I got the first 10 in, I thought, oh, the print came out great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy me 50 more of them.
All right.
And I'll put it on Facebook. Who wants to buy them? And they
were gone.
They were gone.
Yeah.
And so then I had to reorder another 50. It ended up being 200 of them, which is great.
Okay.
I was really happy with the turnout with that, but distributing is the worst.
Yeah, sure.
That's the worst. When it comes to distributing, that's the worst thing.
But now, Karen? Did he take pictures here? And you made that book, or she made it?
No.
The book that she has made by Jerry Leonard.
Correct.
And I was here when we did that of the Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
And that was because you were having a party here.
No.
I don't know how it started up.
I think
Jerry set up an event where they would do the Day of los Muertos. They would do the makeup here, and you let us have pretty much full access to the whole house.
Whole house.
Oh, okay.
And so they
you'd done that.
different photographers.
10 photographers at least.
Yeah, 10
at
photographers
least.
came, took pictures of all stages of the whole event, and Jerry Leonard created a book. And I believe they're mostly just Jerry's pictures.
I believe they're all Jerry's pictures.
So it's not every photographer's pictured that, you know.
But your photo was on the cover, right?
No.
No.
Oh, I thought
the reason why I thought it
He
was
has
because
one.
it's just same people, but no, it's the
gotcha.
same look.
Okay.
Right. I think I brought in like a big black drop, and I brought a spotlight in.
Yeah. Oh, it's
none of
so
them brought a
cool.
light in, which made the hit because you can carry it around with you.
Oh, yeah.
You're taking pictures, so.
So you've
was
just been
awesome.
an excellent host forever then, huh?
I am.
Great place.
It's all happening here.
Great
I'm
place.
telling you, it's all
I
happening
enjoyed
here.
it.
Podcast, it all happening here. Well, this book was great, and then now you had a batch,
Yes.
right? That
Yeah.
didn't go well.
So when I ordered them, I looked through them.
Yes.
One book I gave to a friend of mine, and I apparently didn't look through it. All the pictures were upside down.
Okay.
Oh, no way.
Just one of them.
Okay.
And so that made me think, okay, I got to really look through all the books when I get them ordered. And there was about 50 of them
Yeah.
that have like a little bit of a blemish on them, like a little blemish, like a little bit of a roller print. Nothing major, but yeah.
Just a little off.
But when I sold these to people who want to buy them, I wanted to make sure they were nice and clean and smooth and
Yes.
whatnot. So, but then I sent it back to the company. I said, hey, I got 50 that
Are no good.
we'll just send me some video of it. And I did. And then they sent me another 50
to replace them.
So
And then you still have the ones that are
they never
limited.
asked for the other ones back. So, yeah.
So you had told me this story, and that's when we kind of came up with this idea. So for one, we practiced all this summer before we started, and we would do stories. And one of them was about the Japanese phrase wabi-sabi,
Right.
which is the beauty and imperfection and things that
Correct.
are asymmetrical or not quite right. And so we talked about that. James, by the way, we also worked into that.
The Sweet 59 Impala, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah.
There was a giraffe born in this past summer, like in
Oh
Texas.
yeah.
Okay.
But it was like all brown like a deer. So
Okay. It
and
didn't
that's
have
like
any spots.
very rare. There's like
Right.
3 in captivity have ever been born that way. And so then they were looking for people to name it. So we were
Right.
so that was kind of different. We put that together, and then we had some crazy ideas. But James's idea to name this giraffe was perfect. Remember?
Well, my first one was Plain Jane, which
Not that one.
which didn't land.
That's more like these games over
Yeah,
here. Don't do that.
But
one.
then I said Sarah Plain and Tall.
Sarah, plain and tall, because it was a female,
Right.
and she's plain and tall.
tall.
Man, that was fabulous.
There you go.
And after that, it's all been.
Yeah,
Shit.
I don't read books.
No, I'm a reader.
I like picture books. So.
Yeah.
That's why he
Right,
loves
yeah.
this
Yeah.
book. He didn't understand this front part.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reading.
I mime it to him
I
and
skipped
play
that.
it out with
I
dolls.
figured that was the index,
Yeah.
and I just went on past it.
So the wabi sabi, that we were thinking about that,
Mhm.
and we talked about that, which is true. There's some imperfection,
Right.
you know, that kind of thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're all just
Right.
a little imperfect. So you had these 50 that the company didn't want back. They let you keep them.
Keep them.
So we came up with the idea that we would sell these for charity.
That's correct. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is these books here, Gym City Shimmer, the ones that are imperfect.
Mhm.
Okay. I think
Still good.
exactly.
Still great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you think about Wabi Sabi and how special that is,
Right.
it's more special to have one with the imperfections than it is to have the regular ones.
Right.
I mean, really.
Right.
Like an
And
error
then-
on a baseball
Right.
card.
I think
Right.
you agreed. If you would, I think are you going to sign them? Could you
I
sign
can.
them?
Yes. Yeah.
So they'll be signed. Now they will be at Coach Kids here in Frankfurt.
That's correct.
The suggested donation price is $30, just to help, and it all goes to Coach
All
Kids. You're
goes
not
to-
taking
Yeah,
any
yeah.
money. We're not
None of it
taking any
goes to us,
money. So if you'll go to Coach Kids, they'll be up there. I think they're open January 2nd. They open back up. Okay, they're closed for the holidays right now. So go up there, get a book. If you are listening or watching from somewhere farther away, if you send to the GGHOP@gmail.com, THEEGGHOP@gmail.com, we can find a way you can send us a payment, and I'll pay the price to ship it to you.
Or you can contact me. I mean, on the website
Okay.
xjames.com.
Lots
My
of ways.
contact information's on there. So
Great.
if you another way of getting a hold of
Get
you.
a hold of you too, and we'll make sure the money gets to the proper people. But if you're local, stop in to Coach Kids, and we suggest 30. But if
Welcome more.
but I was gonna say, if you want to be that guy or gal
for
that
a
brings
great
in
cause. Yeah.
$100, you know, that kind of thing, or whatever, we'd appreciate it. And while you're in there too, stop in and ask about what they do there.
Right.
I think it's only like an hour or two a month they need you as a mentor for people. And you probably see some of those people at your school that come in and spend time with
yep.
people.
It was great because when you and I were talking about giving this to a charity, you had mentioned Coach Kids, and it made the most sense. You know,
They
you
do
think
great.
about it, and because
They
I'm
do
being a
great.
teacher, local.
And you understand of adults being able to spend time with kids and helping them out. And,
Right.
and so and they do a great job. So
Right.
again, you might stop in there, get a book,
Yep.
and maybe donate an hour at a time. Yeah, they would love that. So Coach Kids in Frankfurt, you can look up the address on Clinton Street. Go get this fabulous book. Again, suggested $30, but if you want to give more. But if you give less than 30, you will get on a list. And we will mercilessly mock you. I swear to God, if you go buy one for $1 or $2,
You'll be
I
shunned.
will have her write your name down. And I will just ride you. No one's going to do that, though.
Ride you
People are going to be good.
hard. No.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
He'll use his internet power to crush
It's
you.
for the kids. So, do you have something like this now in the works? Like another?
I plan on another one's coming out. I'm
Okay.
hoping. There was a little bit of a dispute with some of my friends. That I'm hoping to do one every July, August.
Okay,
So
going to be a
there's-
yearly
If you
thing.
notice on the back, it has a number 1 on the back of it. So every new
Yes.
series, it will be called Gym City Shimmer, but it'll always have a number on the back.
Oh, this is just
So
beginning.
it's always going to be about Gym City.
We're getting in on the ground floor on this.
Now, I
though.
might do some other things on the side, but that's that one there.
So as they move on, do you have? So if this one is mostly places, then the
Yeah.
second one might be people or events or.
The second one,
Your musician photos are awesome.
Oh, I
I
was gonna
thought about
say,
doing a
awesome.
book
I
on
mean,
musicians. That's
yeah.
the one I
There's-
really would like to do.
There's sometimes I've seen some of your pictures and I was at the show and talked to you at the show, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, they're just playing at this place and it's just kind of a regular little setup. Then I'll get home the next day, I'll see the pictures you posted. I'm like, man, he makes it look like they're playing down at CBGB's in the
Right.
middle of a thing going on.
I love it.
It's great.
That was really the band stuff was really where I enjoyed it the most at first for a while there, and the people.
Plus, you get to be entertained and hang out with people while you're
Entertained,
doing stuff.
be yourself, and with the family. It was almost literally with the family.
yeah.
So
But yeah, so you've sent a couple pictures to me, and then I've seen them of like myself on stage. Like, wow, you make me look so cool. Oh yeah, yeah. So maybe
you do with that camera over there.
Right.
Yes. So maybe the next one might be music related.
well, I think the next one I've got enough for another book, just kind of like this one.
Okay,
I
okay.
kind of want to do one where it's all black and white.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
I want to do one where it's called Another View, which is more abstract.
Okay.
Some of those black and white ones you did of Luna Worldcast,
Yes.
she was on here a couple days ago. They were really good.
Probably from their house.
Yeah.
It was funny. Somebody said, "Where'd you guys play?" And they were saying,
The
"We
living
did.
room.
It was in the basement." And it looked like because they have it so well done in
Yeah.
that basement. Good job on you, Michael.
That's right. Michael's got a nice spot down there in the studio. Well, we look forward to that. And when do you think? You said August.
August, it's usually about the time where I'm doing. Because to me, during that time of the year, it's so hot.
Oh yeah.
I can't stand taking pictures when it's hot.
Yeah, stay
I'd rather
indoors.
be frigid cold than the
There we go.
sweltering heat.
Looking through books and making sure they're proper.
Right. So I stay inside when it's hot. I'm an indoor dog. See, being a teacher,
You're
I
very
can stay
Garfield.
home.
That's
Yeah.
very Garfield.
Yeah.
that's very Garfield.
Very Garfield of you.
Right.
Well, we've had a great time. I think it's almost time to go. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Not really. I mean,
Anything you want to ask James about his perpetual?
I'm still getting over the whole Philadelphia and Ohio State.
Yeah, I just like to be hated.
But see, being an old Raider fan, I appreciate him more.
But see, my take on, because the only jersey I've ever bought that wasn't an Eagles one in the way of pro football, and he's the best player that's ever played football, and he would have been good at any position for his size, would have been Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson, yeah.
Yeah.
Old Michigan boy.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
tough for
Oh, I know.
you.
Yeah, no, it's all, yeah. Yeah, but I respect.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's funny, Karen, how we just did all football for a little bit.
please join us in August when we'll talk more about football with these two.
Football,
No, that's great. Hey, it'll be perfect.
The Football and Christmas Dolls podcast.
You can come back in August.
Yep.
We'll talk about football and we'll talk about the new book.
New book, yeah, because there'll be a new
Fantastic.
one. Yeah,
So X James Ramos is where we can find you on the net.
that's correct.
Find everything you need.
Everything.
If you'd like one of the imperfect Wabi Sabi signed books, you can get a hold of them there. But also at Coach Kids here in Frankfurt, we appreciate the donation. They'll be available January 2nd. Karen, is there anything you want to? Yes. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to say?
Small shout out to a cousin of mine that's
Please
his
do.
birthday today. Michael.
Oh, happy birthday, Michael.
Birthday, Michael.
Birthday, Michael.
49, 50,
28.
20, 28, half that. Ooh, 28's a good age.
It is. It was a
Yeah.
good
That
age.
is
Yeah.
a nice one.
23 was always my favorite.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? 23 is good too. A
23.
little younger. Is he married? Is he
No,
available?
very available.
Very available.
Yes.
What's he do for? What's his job? What's he do?
He's entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay, that's code for unemployed. So if you're a woman out there that can take care of a lazy ass 28-year-old, please write the
You're not
GGHOP.
selling it well.
Content
Thank you very much.
creator. They're
You're not
called
selling-
content creators.
I never would say that.
That's what Karen
No,
said
he's
before
an
the show.
Extremely awesome kid.
No. Well, what does he sell? Really, real quick. What's the entrepreneur? He's an entrepreneur, business person.
Seashells
Oh.
by the seashore.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm getting the look. You know what that means? He sells.
Wrap it up, B.
Hey,
Let's move away.
he's in healthcare. He's in
He'll take good care
automotive.
of
He's
you.
in. I mean, there's so many things.
John
he's
Everyman.
into.
Yes, he's into weights and weighing things out and
Yep.
dropping it into a bag. Okay, James, save us. You know, this whole time you didn't say shit. Now you've gotten on here.
Save us.
Save us, James. What you got? Anything you want to say?
Oh, do I have anything I want to say?
Excited for the
I like
Sunday?
to wish Rachel a happy birthday on New Year's. That's about all I got. Go
Happy
Eagles.
birthday, Rachel. Is she 28?
No, I think she will be 17.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
If
Okay.
she's 18, I'm sorry. I think she's gonna be
I
17.
don't have any,
Apparently,
I don't have any
shouldn't have
jokes for
given
this
an
person.
age.
No.
I would
gonna
like to give a
clear
shout
that.
out to my daughter and son, Olivia and Owen. So
Oh,
give them one
Yes.
day.
Hey,
They're
thank you.
awesome.
And you shouldn't be watching this show. Maybe you could
Olivia
just
probably-
watch the
Olivia
end
should
part.
be at work right now.
Get
so
to
that-
work, would you? Yeah, we didn't get to talk about your family. See, next time we'll talk
Next
more about the
time,
family
right,
too.
sure.
We missed a lot. Gosh darn it.
Yeah,
Well, hey,
don't read the closed captions.
Happy New Year to everyone. Again, brought to you by Wilson Farm Market. I want to thank Scott Wilson Farm Market, for everything they do for us. So get out there. Hey, again, they have great snacks and things just in time for the holidays, dips, cheese, the whole deal. So good time, good time. Also, Frankfurt Beer Works. Karen and
Beer Works.
Ryan back here joining us in the audience back here.
Don't drink and drive.
Yes, don't drink and
Don't
drive.
drink and drive.
Come
Walk.
here, make
Walk.
beer and
Walk.
stay, and then just walk
make
home.
beer, walk.
Another perk about drinking at home.
That's true. You don't have to go anywhere. Very close.
Or having a really nice wife that'll drive you places.
Yes.
Right.
So you can grab other people's asses at other places.
That's right.
Well, we want to thank you again for tuning in. Thank you again, Frankfurt Beer Works, Wilson Farm Market. Now, the advice I give is to treat others like you want to be treated. Lighten the hell up, and now you go make somebody laugh today. Thanks. Have a happy New Year.